It is a normal grocery run in Canada. Breakfast is getting restocked and a tub of yogurt goes into the cart for bowls, smoothies, and lunchboxes. In the dairy case, everything looks healthy. Greek, protein, vanilla, fruit. Then a label quietly says yogurt style or cultured dessert, and the front still feels like yogurt. Here is the problem. The name on the front can move faster than the rules behind it. In Canada, the ingredient list is your shortcut because ingredients are listed from most to least by weight, so the first few lines tell you what the product is built from. And yogurt itself has a composition standard in Canada, which is why some products use yogurt-style wording when they are trying to match the texture with extra ingredients. In this video, you will get 10 yogurts and yogurt-style products to skip and 3 better picks that are easier to trust in the aisle. Subscribe for more label truth in Canada and comment the yogurt brand in your fridge right now. Stick till the end because I'll show you the fastest way to spot a good yogurt in 10 seconds, so you never get fooled again. Brand 10, Activia. This tub sells a health story first. Activia Expert Vanilla looks like the safest grab because the front leans into prebiotics and probiotics and the idea of gut support. That is the main trap. When the front feels like wellness, it is easy to treat it like an everyday essential, even when it is still a flavored yogurt designed to taste sweet and easy. The back label is the reality check in Canada. The fastest way to judge any yogurt is the ingredient list, not the claims. In Canada, ingredients are listed in descending order by weight before they are mixed. That means the first few ingredients show what the product is mostly made from, which matters more than big words on the lid. Now read this one like a shopper, not a fan. Activia Expert Vanilla lists dairy bases like skim milk and cream, and it also lists cane sugar and chicory root inulin. None of that is shocking. The point is simple. A product can contain active cultures and still be sweetened. So, the gut-friendly vibe does not automatically mean it is the best daily pick if the goal is to keep sugars lower most days. The everyday body impact is quiet but real. Sweet-tasting yogurt can make portions creep up without noticing. The bowl starts as yogurt, then becomes yogurt plus granola, then yogurt plus granola plus honey, and suddenly breakfast is closer to dessert than planned. Some people also feel hungry sooner after a sweet breakfast, depending on what else is in the meal and how much protein or fiber it includes. Use one quick number to stay in control. The Nutrition Facts table has a shortcut called % daily value. Health Canada's guidance is simple. 5% daily value or less is a little, and 15% daily value or more is a lot. That makes it easy to compare tubs in seconds, especially for sugars, which is one of the nutrients many shoppers try to limit. Brand 9, Yoplait Yogurt Vanilla Flavor. The front promise here is simple and very persuasive. Retailers describe this tub as no added sugar and 0% style yogurt, so it can feel like the clean choice for daily breakfasts and lunchboxes. The problem is not that the claim is fake. The problem is what many shoppers assume it means. No added sugar does not always mean no sweetness added at all. This is where the ingredient list changes the story. On the Yoplait Source Vanilla ingredient list, sucralose is listed with a specific amount per serving, and potassium sorbate also appears on the label. That means the sweetness can come from a non-sugar sweetener, not from adding table sugar. So the taste can stay very sweet even when the tub markets itself as a smarter choice. The everyday impact is about habits, not panic. A very sweet-tasting yogurt can keep your taste buds expecting that same level of sweetness in snacks and breakfasts. Then plain yogurt and fruit can start feeling boring. That is how a better choice can still pull you into a sweet routine, even if the Nutrition Facts sugars line looks lower than a dessert yogurt. Some people also prefer to avoid sweeteners for personal reasons, especially if they are buying yogurt as a simple food for the week. This is also a good moment to notice what kind of product it is. The ingredient list includes water, starch, gelatin, and flavors, along with dairy ingredients. That usually signals a yogurt built for a very consistent texture and long shelf life, not a short and simple ingredient list like plain yogurt. Again, not a scandal, just a different kind of product than what the word yogurt makes you picture. The key is to shop by what you want. If the goal is less sweetness overall, a tub that relies on sucralose may not match that goal, even if it says no added sugar on the front. Brand 8, Iogo. This is yogurt that behaves like a beverage. Nano Vanilla is sold in small bottles that look perfect for a quick breakfast, a lunchbox, or a car snack. The disadvantage is the format. A drink goes down fast, and it is easy to have one bottle and still feel like you barely ate. That matters because research reviews have discussed how energy in liquids may not trigger fullness the same way as solid foods, so people may not count it the same in their day. The evidence is not always consistent across studies, but the pattern is common enough that it is worth thinking about when the label says drinkable. Liquid calories can be easy to miss. The ingredient list shows why it tastes so easy. On the Iogo product page, the ingredients include skim milk, water, and sugar, followed by cream and flavor and starch. That does not make it bad. It just tells you this is built to sip smoothly, not to eat slowly like thick plain yogurt. When water and sugar are part of the build, the experience is closer to a sweet drink than a bowl of yogurt. Smooth texture can mean faster sipping. The serving size can quietly shrink the numbers. Some Canadian retailer listings show nutrition facts for one bottle, 93 milliliters. That can look small and harmless, but real life is messy. 2 bottles become 186 milliliters without feeling like 2 servings. Health Canada explains that the nutrition facts table is meant to help you compare foods, and it starts with the serving size shown. Health Canada also publishes reference amount guidance for setting serving sizes. Small servings can make sweet drinks look lighter than they feel. This is the everyday impact. A drinkable yogurt can slide into the day on top of toast, cereal, or a coffee. Hunger can return sooner for some people because the snack was quick and sweet, not slow and filling. Then another snack happens. Nothing dramatic, just a pattern that makes it harder to manage cravings and routine. Fast snacks can create a fast snack day. Brand 7, Liberté. This is the dessert tub hiding in the yogurt aisle. Mediterranean mocha looks premium and grown up, and mocha sounds like a coffee shop choice. The disadvantage is not the brand name. It is the way the sweetness is built into the product. The ingredient list includes a mocha-flavored preparation that already contains sugars, and then sugar shows up again outside that preparation. That is an easy detail to miss because your eyes stop at mocha and 9%. Canada label rules warn you where to look. Ingredients are listed in descending order by weight, and components inside a preparation still count as ingredients that matter. Canada also groups sugars-based ingredients under the word sugars so you can spot them faster. When a label says sugars and you see names like glucose, fructose, it signals the tub is leaning into sweetening, even if the front feels like a simple yogurt. The everyday impact is about cravings and routines. A mocha tub can start replacing what used to be a plain yogurt snack. The taste is rich and sweet, so it can train your snack expectations upward. Then plain yogurt with fruit feels boring, and you keep reaching for the treat tub again. Nothing dramatic, just a pattern where sweet foods become your normal default. The other everyday impact is on teeth. WHO explains that free sugars are strongly linked to dental caries, and lowering free sugars helps reduce that risk across life. This is also why the name matters. Yogurt can be a simple food, but this one is built like a flavored dessert yogurt with multiple sweet inputs. So, the best way to use it is like a treat, not the base of breakfast every day. Once the mocha tub gets replaced with plain yogurt and you add your own cocoa at home, the next trap is a product that looks like a smart daily staple but is built more like a light snack. Brand 6, President's Choice. The word probiotic can make you stop comparing nutrition. This tub feels like the practical choice because it sounds functional. The label points you toward live cultures and a simple vanilla vibe, so it is easy to assume it is also a solid protein pick. But probiotic is not the same thing as high protein, and that gap is what catches a lot of shoppers. The nutrition facts table tells the story fast. On the President's Choice vanilla flavor probiotic yogurt listing, the serving size is 115 grams and the protein is 4 grams per serving. That is not zero, but it is also not the Greek-style level many people expect when they buy yogurt for a filling breakfast. So, a bowl can feel like you ate something, but hunger can return sooner for some people, especially if this is paired with toast or cereal and not much else. Protein is one of the few label numbers that can change your day. Research has found higher protein meals can increase feelings of satiety in the hours after eating compared with lower protein options. That does not mean a low-protein yogurt is bad. It just means it may not match what you're trying to use yogurt for, like staying full through a commute or avoiding a mid-morning snack run. A quick comparison inside the same store brand makes this obvious. President's Choice also sells a vanilla Greek yogurt that is described as having 17 grams of protein per 3/4 cup on the product page. That contrast shows why the probiotic tub can disappoint when the goal is fullness. The probiotic wording pulls attention to cultures. While your body may care more about protein at breakfast, choosing a tub with higher protein for breakfast makes sense. And the next trap is when the word yogurt appears on the front, but the product is legally a yogurt-style food. Brand 5, Silk. The biggest disadvantage here is the standards gap. In Canada, foods can have a standard of identity, meaning rules for what the food must contain and how it is made. That is why the word yogurt matters. Yogurt has composition requirements, including minimum protein and non-fat milk solids, and a specific fermented profile. When a tub says yogurt style, it signals the product is not trying to meet the dairy yogurt standard, even if it sits right beside dairy yogurts and is eaten the same way. That one extra word can change what you are actually buying. Silk Vanilla Oat Yogurt Style is built on an oat base and uses ingredients like tapioca starch and coconut oil to create a thick and creamy texture, plus added minerals like tricalcium phosphate that is normal for plant-based cultured products. But it means your brain might expect a dairy yogurt experience while your spoon is getting something closer to a cultured oat dessert texture. This is an expectation trap more than a health panic. The everyday body impact is about mismatched expectations. If yogurt is your go-to because it feels like a simple fermented dairy food, this swap may not behave the same in your routine. Hunger can return sooner for some people if they were counting on the dairy yogurt pattern of protein and milk solids. Taste and texture can also push you to add more toppings to make it feel like the yogurt you wanted in the first place. That can turn a simple bowl into a bigger snack without planning it. The simple way to use this product is to buy it on purpose. If the goal is plant-based for allergy or preference reasons, yogurt style can be a great choice. The key is not to assume it has the same base standards as dairy yogurt just because it lives in the yogurt aisle. Pouring the oat yogurt style into a bowl and eating it slowly is a smart move. And now the next trap is a product that is not trying to be a bowl at all. It is built to be a grab and squeeze snack. Brand 4, Yoso. This is the kids' snack format problem. Tubies looks fun and harmless because it is in a tube and it feels like a lunchbox staple. A tube makes eating automatic. There is no spoon, no bowl, no pause. It is easy to finish one while packing bags, driving, or standing at the fridge. That fast style can make it feel like it barely counted, even when it did. The ingredient list tells you what the tube is really built from. In Canada, ingredients are listed in descending order by weight. So, the first few ingredients are the main structure of the food. On Tubies Vanilla, the list starts with water and then sugars, which includes agave syrup, followed by coconut and inulin and starch. When sugar shows up that early, sweetness is part of the core design. This is not a scandal. It just means the product is closer to a sweet snack than a plain yogurt base with fruit. The everyday impact is about a sweet routine sneaking in. A tube snack can land on top of a sweet breakfast or become the quick after-school bite, and then another snack still happens later because it was fast and light. Fast, sweet snacks can create more snack moments. Some families also notice that once kids get used to sweet yogurt tubes, plain yogurt starts feeling boring, so the default shifts. Serving sizes can also hide the real total. If one serving is listed as multiple tubes, the numbers look one way, but real life might be one tube now and one tube later, or 3 tubes in a row. That is why the nutrition facts table needs a quick rule. Health Canada says 5% daily value is a little and 15% daily value is a lot. That helps you compare snacks quickly, especially for sugars. Skipping the tube snacks makes sense. And once the cart is back to bigger tubs, the next trap is a yogurt that looks classic and premium, but quietly delivers a high saturated fat hit per normal serving. Brand 3, the Greek Gods. This is the rich tub that behaves like a treat. The Greek Gods Greek-style yogurt vanille looks like an upgrade because it feels old school and authentic on the shelf. The disadvantage is not sugar. It is the milk fat intensity hiding inside a normal scoop. On Canadian retailer nutrition panels, a 125-gram serving shows saturates around 4 grams, which can land around 20% daily value in one go. That is not a scare. It is just a strong number for something many people eat daily. Saturated fat is one of the few label lines that adds up fast. If yogurt is part of breakfast every day, higher saturated fat tubs can quietly stack with cheese, butter, pizza, creamy sauces, and bakery snacks later. Canada's food guide guidance is that patterns with less saturated fat and more unsaturated fat are linked with better health outcomes over time. So, a rich yogurt can still fit, but it works better as an occasional treat tub instead of your default base. Canada also gives you a built-in warning system for this. Health Canada's label guidance says 5% daily value or less is a little, and 15% daily value or more is a lot. And it specifically calls out saturated fat as a nutrient you may want to limit. That is why this tub is a problem for busy shoppers. It does not look like a high item, but the percent daily value tells you it can be. This is also why Canada introduced a front-of-package nutrition symbol system that triggers when saturated fat, sugars, or sodium hit 15% daily value or more in a serving for most packaged foods. The everyday impact is simple and boring. A rich yogurt feels smooth and satisfying, so it is easy to eat it often and in bigger portions. Taste buds also get used to that richness, and then plain yogurt can start tasting thin. That is how a treat tub becomes a habit tub without you noticing. Brand 2 Kirkland Signature. This is the bulk multi-pack trap. A 24-pack feels like the smartest value because it is grab and go for work and school. The disadvantage is that one small issue can turn into a big waste fast. There was a CFIA recall notice for Kirkland Signature Greek Yogurt 24-pack due to mold, listed as non-harmful, quality, or spoilage. That matters because it shows how quickly a multi-pack can go from convenient to frustrating if storage and handling are not perfect. Spoilage is not always dramatic. With yogurt cups, even tiny temperature swings can shorten freshness. A long Costco run, a warm car, a crowded fridge, or a door that opens all day can push dairy closer to the temperature danger zone. Health Canada's storage guidance says the refrigerator should be 4 degrees Celsius or lower to keep food out of that zone where bacteria can grow quickly. This is not about blaming you. It is about how real-life shopping works. Bulk packs are exposed to more moments where something can go slightly wrong. The everyday impact is simple. A moldy cup means wasted money, wasted time, and a ruined snack plan. It can also create that annoying moment where you open a cup and the smell is off, and now you need a backup snack. When that happens once, it is inconvenient. When it happens inside a 24-pack, it can change how often you reach for yogurt in the week. Value only matters if you eat it. There is also a packaging reality. Small cups get moved and squeezed. Foil lids can get tiny dents. A damaged seal can speed up spoilage. Again, not panic, just how multi-packs behave in a fridge with busy hands. Checking fridge temperature and seals protects your week, and now the next risk is not spoilage at all. It is when an ingredient is missing from the label. Brand 1 Lambert. Frozen yogurt feels like the safest dessert swap because it still carries the word yogurt. That word can lower your guard. But this product had a Canada recall notice because it was recalled due to undeclared egg. That means the package did not clearly declare egg, even though it could be in the product. If someone in your home avoids egg for allergy or sensitivity reasons, this is the kind of mistake that can turn a normal snack into a stressful moment. Even if egg is not a concern for you, it is a reminder that labels and recalls matter more than brand vibes. A recall is proof that label details can fail sometimes. Canada has clear rules on this. Priority allergens must be declared at least once in the ingredient list, and they can also appear in a clear contain statement right after the ingredients. Egg is a priority allergen in Canada. That is why undeclared egg triggers, recalls, and warnings. The goal is not to scare you. The goal is to make it easy to shop safely when you are tired, rushing, or buying for kids. A frozen yogurt that looks harmless can still need the same allergen scan you would do for cookies or snacks. Always treat dessert labels like food labels. The everyday impact is simple. For people who are allergic to egg, accidental exposure can cause a reaction. For everyone else, the biggest impact is trust. Once you see a recall like this, you realize that the fastest protection is not guessing. It is using the systems Canada already has, like recall notices and clear allergen declarations. Safety is usually a boring habit, not a dramatic moment. This also shows why yogurt and yogurt style are only the start of the story. The real story is the back label, the allergen line, and whether the product is currently listed in a recall notice. The safest shoppers do not rely on memory, they rely on the label today. The pattern behind the avoids was not one scary ingredient. It was labels that sound like yogurt but behave like dessert or drinks. Words like yogurt style, no added sugar, and probiotic can pull attention to the front, while the back shows the real build through ingredients listed by weight, serving size, and the percent daily value for nutrients many shoppers try to limit, like sugars and saturated fat. So instead of guessing brands forever, shift to safer picks that win on simple labels and still taste good in real life. Safer pick 1, Oikos Plain 0% Greek yogurt. This is the cleanest label win when you want high protein without sweet flavor tricks. The ingredients list is short and clear, basically skim milk and active bacterial cultures, which makes it easier to trust what you are eating and easier to use as a base for fruit or savory bowls. This is also a strong pick when fullness matters. The nutrition facts on the brand page list 17 grams protein per 175 grams with 0 grams saturated fat on that serving. So it works well as a breakfast anchor instead of a sweet snack cup. Safer pick 2 Astro Original Balkan Plain. This is the best plain option for people who want a simple dairy base for cooking and daily bowls. The ingredient list is short and familiar. Skim milk, cream, active bacterial cultures, which makes it easier to spot when a product is turning into a dessert yogurt with added sweet builds. It also helps you avoid texture tricks like gelatin and extra stabilizers. The brand page positions it as set style, and it also states no gelatin and no preservatives, which usually means the thickness is coming from the dairy base and the process, not a long additive list. Safer pick 3, Sigus Plain Skyer. This is the simple, high-protein lane for shoppers who want a thicker spoon and less sweet habit. The Canada product page lists a short ingredient list like skim milk and active bacterial cultures, and the nutrition facts highlights 12 grams protein per 115 grams with no added sugar positioning on the same page. It is also a good pick when you want to train your taste back toward plain. A plain Skyer-style tub makes it easier to add your own fruit and control sweetness, instead of letting vanilla flavor and sweeteners set the bar for your snacks. Now use these 10-second buying rules in the yogurt aisle. If it says yogurt style or cultured dessert, treat it as a different product and read the back first. Ingredients are listed in descending order by weight, so the first lines are the real story. Scan for sugars grouped under sugars and watch for names like glucose, fructose, hiding in flavor preparations. If there is a front of package symbol, it is there because saturated fat sugars or sodium hit 15% daily value or more for most foods. Watch the serving size trap on drinkable bottles and tubes. Small servings can make sweet snacks look smaller than they feel. For frozen yogurt and treats, always check the allergen line. Allergens must appear in plain words like egg, often as a contained statement. That is the whole video. If this helped, subscribe for more educational supermarket product breakdowns and drop a comment with what you want investigated next. Thanks for watching. Stay informed, stay protected, and spin smarter.